I'm pretty fascinated about desks and desks setups. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a peer into my desk setup. All right, so let's start with this knockoff Herman Miller chair. All right, then let's move into kind of like the way that I think. I always have a dry erase board, and then I have sticky notes with all my different businesses and projects. So these are all like the drop downs, and then I'll like remove this sticky or scratch it out. I guess what would an office be without an inspirational quote? This is one of my favorites right now. I moved through them, but this is my favorite right now. It's easier to act your way into a new way of thinking than to think your way into a new way of acting. Read that again. I love that one. That one just works for me. And then if you want to get into the brain of me, so here's something that I drew on that whiteboard, and then I'll print it out and I'll put it up here. So here's a business all about art and NFTs, making a new podcast, physical and digital. It's like going to be a white glove website. Here's some goals that I have. My first goal is 100K liquid, then 1 million, and then 10 million liquid. And I asked myself, what will it take? What do I need to set up to be able to accomplish those? And if I'm not doing something that's working towards those goals, then, I'll either edit it out or start thinking a little bit differently. And then here I have like this NFT drop art show that I'm doing, and then stocks, a little stock guide of when to buy and sell. Very generic, but it helps kind of keep me on track with a little bit of stuff like that. I have all my pencils all here so I could see them when I'm ready to draw. One of the most important tools that I have that I really like is this glass dry erase board, which is pretty cool because I could just write down really quick notes for myself while I'm working. This is my PC side where I have Autodesk, Land Effects, Rhino, all the stuff when I'm like deep into just like, I guess, landscape architecture mode on the technical side stuff. And then here I have my iPhone, and then here I have my Mac, and then it has a stand-up desk here. So this lifts up because I spend most of my time here. And then I have this really cool USB pop filter on my microphone. That's when I'm doing podcasting or recording an ad for a podcast or voiceover or anything like that for any one of my videos. So you might have noticed that, of course, I have coffee on the desk because that's life. That my coffee mug says wifey, and the reason why it says that is because we bought a pair of coffee mugs, one that said wifey and one that said hubby. And then on the first morning that after we bought them, I was tired and I just grabbed the first one and it said wifey on it instead of hubby. And then I thought, no, that's way cooler if I'm drinking out of that one, because then I'm thinking of my wife, and then if she's drinking her tea in the hubby one, then she's thinking about me. So when you work for yourself, you're not attached to a server. I mean, I guess you could have a server, but I don't have one since I'm independent, which really sucks because it makes you very vulnerable with your data. So here I have a hard drive that is just the documentary Super Fisky, and then it goes hardwired in, and that never gets removed, and then I will back it up as I need to. Since we're on hard drives, these are all of my external storage. All of these are about 2 terabytes each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so just 12 terabytes there alone. This right here, if you're curious, this is a white balancer for photography. Absolute 100% lifesaver. My photography game really stepped up big after I got this, because doing the white balance by eye is fine, and I'm getting close to being able to do that. But getting an exact white balance is so nice on your shoots, and then it saves you a lot of time in post editing for your architectural photography shoots that I do, because it's just right on the money. And if it's a little bit off, or maybe stylistically I want it, it's just a minor change in post. Now, my family knows that most of the time I'll be listening to music or podcasts while I'm working. If I have my earbuds in, means I'm more approachable and I'm willing to have a conversation or engage or kind of stop the workflow. But most of the times when these are on, I'm deep into it. I got the noise canceling on and it's time to work. So in the middle, I have my iPhone. It's the 12, which is cool because it has a little magnet thing on the back. And then here's a little stand set up to one of my light C-stands. And then I'll basically watch Netflix while I'm working, if it's something that allows me to like do that, which is really cool, because if I'm here and I shift my chair working back and forth between two computers, maybe this one is rendering a long video, so then I jump over here, I work on the architecture side. Maybe I get a little bit board there and I go back and forth, and it's great because this thing is right in the middle. And then if somebody texts me or I need a call, I just quickly open it up, put it back, and then I could also turn it like this. But most of the time I keep it horizontal. And then from here I kind of have my bookshelf. Over here there's a lot of California planting and reference and landscape architecty type of stuff. My AA book. And then right now here's kind of my summer readings. You'll notice all of them kind of have to do with like finances and money. I'm really fascinated by that right now and trying to learn how to invest. And then I have my overflow pencils, pens, and then some investment Star Wars cards to buy and flip. And of course, earplugs from when I'm in ultra focus mode. These go in, and then these go on top with noise canceling, and I just kind of create like a little vacuum or whatever. And then on the ground here, we have my drone bag, which is like custom cutout foam for my drone. We could get into like that equipment later if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of stuff. I think that stuff's fascinating. That's my big workhorse. This is the real camera bag. This has my Sony A7, my tilt shift lens, my 24-70 lens, my microphones, my lavaliers, all that type stuff. And then here's an extra bag. That bag is all GoPros and accessories and wires. And then this is a gimbal for the Sony A7. And then this is my jiu-jitsu bag. That's a tour of the landscape architecture podcast / Zanja Madre Studios